Good day, class. So right now you're going to be learning about the Google Sheets. So let me share to you my screen. So as I've mentioned, you're going to learn how to use Google Sheets. Click this Google Apps icon, and then it will display the list of the available apps of Google. One of them is the Sheets or Google Sheets under Gmail. So after you click that, then you will be led to this landing page or the dashboard of the Google Sheets app. So you will find here your options in starting a new spreadsheet. You have the blank, attendance, gradebook, and other templates. So let's select the blank template. Okay. And then, so for those who are familiar with Microsoft Excel, this is similar to Microsoft Excel, but the counterpart is Google Sheets when it comes to Google. So there's the untitled spreadsheet. You just have to type here, let's say I am going to use this for budget. Okay. So budget for 2021. Okay. Maybe let's put it personal budget. And then when you press enter, immediately you will see there's this notification. Last edit was seconds ago. So this is because you don't have to save Google Sheets. It's being saved automatically by the app itself. So next is, there are also menus. So you have your different menus over here. So you have file, edit, and so on. And then let's try typing. So of course, under the menus, there's also your tools like this. Okay, these are your tools. All right. So we can use them later on. Okay. So now, as I've mentioned, this is a personal budget. At the bottom, there's what you call a sheet tab. So you can edit this too. Okay, so let's say this is October, for October 2021. And then I can type here, let's say the year, it's 2021. And then I want to put my dates, of course, right? And the expenses. Okay, so first let's put here the amount, which is actually your budget. So let's say the budget amount. So let's say it's 5,000 pesos. You can actually put the comma if you like. And then afterwards, we're going to budget it. So let's say you're going to pay for internet load, internet or cell phone load. Now, if this is exceeding the borders of your cell, by the way, you call this cell, double click between the border of A and B. These are your columns, column A, column B, this one. These are your columns. And these are your rows. Okay. So these are rows. So your row heading, and this is your column heading. So there's column heading A, and then there's row 1, so on, so forth. So let's say for the internet or cell phone load, you need that. This is for the expenses. So I'll put here expenses. Okay. And then let's say I also want to insert another row. So insert, right click on row heading 4, insert one above, and see, I already have inserted another row. So class, what else do you spend on? Well, let's say food, transportation. If you're going to buy something, just an example, no? What else? So if you're renting, let's say you're renting your house or that apartment, you can have rent, electricity, or for your power, diba? The one that we use, the one that we of course need to run our computers, and water, your water bill, just an example. So I can have here the date. So let's say it's October 20, because this is for the entire October. Let's say this is October 5th, maybe October 1, 2021. Okay. And then you can see there's this dot. It's called the crosshair. This one. It actually helps. So it can help you fill in the other dates, automatically. You just have to drag it to the right. Okay. So let's say up to October 10, for example. And then for this to also look like a table, we can create a table out of this. So highlight first the entire data range, meaning the entire table. And then you can select what will be, like, we can put borders. So now there's a border here. Okay. And you can also use the format menu later on. So for now, let's have, this is the year. Then these are your expenses. I will highlight them so that they will be bold-faced. So I click on B, which is the tool for bold-faced. So B, suddenly it's now bold-faced. So let's say the cell phone load. So let's say for that day, 50 pesos, another day, 60 pesos, and so on. And then for the food, let's say for this time, so I'm just filling in the data for this. Can just do something like that. Okay. Then for the food, let's say this is for one day, no? Example, this is the consumption. Okay. And then so that we'll just have data, I'll highlight this. When I click on the crosshair, automatically it provides the rest of the data. So interval of 100. So 250 plus 100, 350. Okay, why? Because I highlighted this. And the interval is 100. So let's just put for transportation, let's say 100. Now, if it's just 100 all throughout and I drag it to the right, drag the crosshair to the right, it immediately fills that up. So let's say we only pay the rent, of course, once a month. So let's say the rent is 3,000 or maybe 2,000 because you have a roommate. So for the other dates, you don't pay the rent because it's only paid once. And for electricity, let's say it's 1,000. And for the water bill, let's say you have 500. Okay, now I have this tally, and by the way, I can do this too. If I want to use a fill color, you can do that. So that's the fill color tool. I mean, yeah. So this one, you can choose a different color with your own preference. So like if you choose, let's say for budget amount, you want a different color, let's say green, can also do that. Okay, next is, oh yeah, I can also make this boldface and italicize. So now I can also have the subtotal. So I'm gonna put this also in borders, and I'll just add, of course, the borders for this. So I have a subtotal for each expense, and I have the grand total, okay, for the expenses. Okay, so how shall we do this? First, you click on L. So what is L? Column heading L. Row 6. So this is the intersection of L, column L and row 6. So this is now its cell address, which is L6. Okay, that is L6. Again, column L, row 6. That's its cell address. So I'm going to create a formula. So you can click the functions. This is the functions tool. And you can choose sum. Okay. Afterwards, you can just highlight all of these entries for the cell phone or internet load. Enter. There you go. Immediately there's 585. And then it suggests an autofill, meaning it automatically fills in all the necessary data of the succeeding rows. So you just click enter, which is the check sign. And then there you go. You have all of the subtotals of your food, transportation, and the rest. Now, what about the grand total? So for the grand total, this is the long method. So I'm gonna delete this first. Okay. And then I'm going to type the formula equal sum, open parentheses, and then I highlight the subtotals from L6 to L11. You can see it's colored each. And then I close my formula with a closing parenthesis. Then I press the enter key. And there you go. I have the total 10,235, which means that I went overboard, meaning I am over, but this is over budget. Okay, so it's beyond 5,000 pesos. And aside from that, I can also edit the grand total here. So highlight cells A11, 12, I mean A12 to K12. And you have here format. There's merge cells, merge horizontally. Okay, so see, it's now one cell. And then you can actually change the alignment to center. Or you can even make it right aligned to show the grand total. So you can take your pick. And this is also the grand total. So I can put a fill color tool or background color to it. Let's say I want it orange. So you can just choose the shade of orange, of your choice. Like this one, I had an accident. I made a mistake. It's an accident to make this colored. So then you have your undo tool. This one, you can click the undo tool to get rid of that shade or that mistake. Then I go back to L12. I choose the appropriate shade. Yeah. So I now have that, and I can make it boldface. I can even have it italicized if I want. Okay, so that's your choice, or that's our choices. All right, so for today, I've shown to you, I've demonstrated the use of the Google Sheets, how to use Google Sheets in terms of formatting your data, how also to sum up or add your data. And again, this is also available through a link. So all you have to do is to click this share button. So all you have to use is a link. So you can click share. And then you can just choose if you would like to share this to others. So click copy link. This one. So click copy link, and then I can click done now. Then let's say I need to email this to someone. So I go to my email, and in my email, I can now create a new message. So let's say for Janina. So just an example. And then this is my G Sheet link for the personal budget. And then I just click paste. Immediately, it's already there. And I just have to click send. Then that will be sent now to the recipient of my email. So that has been the lesson about using Google Sheets, the counterpart of Microsoft Excel. And the good thing about it is that it is available in your mobile devices, whether you're using a cell phone, tablet, or a laptop, even a desktop.